Hey guys, sorry this vlog might be late. My life has gotten really crazy, so summer break is finishing up. So yeah, this is going to be second to last vlog for the summer, and it is about Disney park tips, whether you're a cast member or a guest. Alrighty, so these are a couple of tips that I learned while being a CP or cast member. My family had been to the parks many times, and we had learned like little tips and things and tricks to, basically work the system of Disney World without it being like illegal or anything. But here are a couple of other tips that I learned as a cast member or CP that you can also apply to like a guest trip or just make your brief trip to the parks a little bit easier. Alright, first off is fast passes. I guarantee you, especially during the busy season, that any super popular ride is going to be very busy unless you catch them on the off season. There are some rides that you absolutely, the only way that you can get them is fast passing them. Rock and Roller Coaster is definitely on that list. What's another one? Space Mountain. That's another one that's definitely one you want to fast pass. And also, normally, the fast passes, especially during the busy season, they're normally gone by like afternoon, definitely afternoon. You very rarely will ever see any rides with fast passes available in the evening. So just kind of keep that in mind if you're ever going to fast pass a ride. Next is water and food. Little trick tip if you didn't know, that all of the quick food service places and all the booths that sell fountain drinks, they will give you a cup of water for free, and a lot of times they'll put ice in it as well, which is really useful when you're doing a lot of walking around the park and you just need something to drink. So keep that in mind. Do not ask the booths for a water bottle because they will not give you one. That was something that I ran into as a major problem with outdoor foods, is that people were expecting free water. It's like, we don't have fountain water. Sorry. Also, food. As a broke college student working with a minimum wage job as a cast member, you can't always afford Disney food. So my family has done this like for years, is we always bring snacks, and maybe even like a sandwich or a meal when we go to the parks. As a cast member, what I like to do with my friends is we would eat before we went to the park, like off property, and then we would go to the parks. Or even a couple of times we would go to the parks and then go off property for something and then go back to the parks if we had the time to. So just keep that in mind. Like if you want to visit the parks, bring a snack, or like grab like one meal at the parks, but like have snacks for the rest of the day. Because people don't realize that how much money they're saving. And also, like, a lot of times the restaurants close early, so you don't always have time to actually eat something at the parks. As a cast member, you have time to explore different things in the parks, and you may not realize that there's something that you'd never been to before. One of the things that I thought was really cool is Epcot Innovations, which there are a bunch of different little things that are, yes, they're educational, but a lot of times they're little fun games that you can play with your friends. And as a cast member as a CP, it was a lot of fun getting to explore those different things. Like one thing we did, my roommate Shane and I, we did the create your own roller coaster thing. And so that was pretty cool, a fun little activity to get to do together. And there's like a bunch of other little things that you can do, innovations that are like little games and little projects and things that are fun and like interactive. Like they have a lot of really cool interactive stuff, especially under Spaceship Earth. Also, one cool thing to keep in mind is that if you're at the parks and that park has a parade or a fireworks show, the best time to go hit the rides is while everyone's at the parade or everyone's watching the fireworks. Especially for Magic Kingdom, normally everyone gathers in front of the castle because in front of the castle is the best place for the electric parade, the Magic Memories in You, and the fireworks show. So most people gather up to the front of the park, whereas, especially I guess New Fantasyland, there won't be like barely anybody over there. And so you can go and explore all those fun things and probably have very little lines to have to wait in. Same thing goes for Hollywood Studios when you're watching Fantasmic. Everyone's in the stadium watching Fantasmic, so you have lots of areas to go explore while everybody's over there. As a CP, got to keep track of money because it's very easy to spend money at the parks. So what I would do is I would go to City Hall and I would pick out my own personal gift card because they have like hundreds and hundreds of different styles of Disney gift cards, and I would put money on it and I would use that Disney gift card to spend the money for the day at the parks. That way I can keep track of how much money I was spending. I also ended up collecting them because I got a lot of really cute ones. If you're going to watch Fantasmic, I recommend that you do the second showing, the latest showing. Normally they play 2 shows, so see the later showing because most people leave. This is also something for like all the parks. Most people see like the earliest fireworks shows and then they leave. So normally after like whatever fireworks show it is, like for Magic Kingdom, most people leave right after the fireworks. So the park's normally half empty. And then for Fantasmic, most people see the first showing of Fantasmic because they have little ones, and then they leave. So normally the second showing of Fantasmic isn't as packed, and you also get to play in the parks while everyone's watching Fantasmic. If you're not planning on seeing the parades and you're not planning or you just want to ride the rides and you want to stay away from those kind of shows, I suggest you still keep track of the shows and stay away from the parade routes because you can get stuck, especially with the electric parade in Frontierland. You can get stuck in Frontierland and not have anywhere to go because of the electric parade and the 3 o'clock parade. So just kind of keep in mind of shows that are going on because you may get stuck somewhere and then you have nowhere else to go other than to see a parade that you've seen for 100 times. And last but not least, I'm going to list the rides that are what I call rest your feet and give yourself a breath rides. There's one for every single park. I know there's one for Animal Kingdom, but since I don't remember, I only went to Animal Kingdom maybe like 3 or 4 times while as a CP, so I don't really know like a ton about it. But as for the other 3 parks, these are the rides that I would always ride whenever like my feet were hurting or we just needed to take a breather. At Hollywood Studios, there's the Backlot Tour. That is basically like I think it's like 20 to 30 minutes, I could be wrong, of like you just kind of sitting in a little tour that kind of gives you a tour of like backstage stuff, and like there's this little interactive thing that you get to watch or whatever. And so normally like the shows run really long, but like it's also in the back of the park. And I know there are other shows that you can watch at Hollywood Studios, but I felt like that's like one of my family's favorite rides to ride on whenever we need to get off of our feet. And then at Epcot, there's the Energy Adventure ride. I'd never been on that ride until I went to Disney as a CP. That thing I think is about 45 minutes long, so it gives you plenty of time to really like take a chill pill and just like get off your seat and relax before you hit the rest of Epcot. And then at Magic Kingdom, there's what's become one of my favorite attractions is the Tomorrowland People Mover, and it's just like I don't know, I just like it because it's kind of fast paced, so it gives you kind of like a little breeze if it's hot outside, and then it's shaded, so you're completely out of the shade, and then yeah, it just gives you a little tour of Tomorrowland, and normally there's like little to no line because it's very fast paced moving. So like that's pretty much all the tips that I have about parks and stuff. So I only have one more vlog. Next week's going to be my last vlog because in about 14 days I leave for college, which is mind-boggling. But like yeah, so if you guys have any last minute questions or anything that you want me to say in the next vlog, please let me know soon. And yeah, that's about it. See you real soon.